Hello, here I am today. I want to talk about the labels I'll be using to explain what we're doing. It is really important to me that I don't focus on using the word autism or autistic because I'm focusing on Asperger's syndrome, which is no longer in the DSM 5. I know. But for conversation's sake and for the goal I'm trying to reach in discussing the issues we have, I decided, how do I rename us so we can get the gist of the information and focus on the goal and not autism, right? I came up with, we will be called limited editions, right? And the general public is the unlimited editions. My thought process behind this is we are limited in our social behaviors and our social ability to blend in or even try to mimic or be like the unlimited. One of the ways I want you to try to think about this is that as a limited edition person, there's but so much you can take in, okay? Whereas an unlimited person, they can do a myriad of things. They can multitask socially. They can have all these different friends. They can change their behavior, their ideas of how they feel about people. They can go back and forth. Where we have more of a difficult time with that, we're pretty much who we are. I used to say, same. You know, I'm always the same. I get older, I move forward, but things are always the same. I'm like, oh, this is so stressful, which was another cue on, yeah, it may be the spectrum, because the children and the adults I've worked with, all through their life, they've had the same issues with the same people or the same community or whatever. Nothing really changes for them. Nothing really moves forward where they can grow to the next phase. It's like they're 10-year-old having problems with friends, they're 20-year-old having problems with friends, they're 30-year-old problems with making friends. I mean, it's just the same thing over and over. And I'm saying all that to say that I want us to focus on being a limited edition person. Let's say, for example, we have a disagreement with someone, an unlimited person, right? If there's a problem and we're having a disagreement or something, and maturity is a big thing too, because I found myself included, because I used to fight boys when I was young. I did. I wasn't a hothead, but I didn't like the way people made me feel certain times when they were aggressive toward me, and I hit back. As I grew older, that calmed down. Some people are like that in their 20s. You know, we're all different, but maturity does matter. So I would get into scuffles or difficulties with people, but I never brought other people into it, which is interesting because the people who were unlimited would always have unlimited people involved. They would be telling people what happened, making up stuff, making it bigger, or not letting it go. So their version of not letting something go is talking about it till people have opinions about it, till they're projecting how they felt about the situation and putting it to people that we don't know or maybe know, but we don't talk to people like that. We don't share our business like that. We really want to get through the problems. We don't want to relive it. One of the things the limited people do is we ruminate on it, but in our mind, we think about it over. Think about it over. What I could have done different. Why did that happen? Is it going to happen again? And we will stay stuck on that. Because for many of us limited people, the goal is to stay calm, cool, get back to just being not agitated. Whereas many of the unlimited people, once they had something to talk about and get into, and people getting attention from people and talking to people, that's good for them. They're more social, they're more seen, however it is, especially if they're worried about how others see them. So the fact that we're quiet and more of an introvert, as they would see us as, or a loner or whatever, that kind of works against us with the unlimited people, because their power comes from numbers. There's power in numbers. We're aware of it, but that's overstimulating to keep all these people around you, because you have to be ready. You have to be ready to communicate with them or remember what you said or what we're going to do. And we like our time to ourselves, because that type of agitation and aggravation is too much. It's overwhelming. So we keep our circle small because we're not social like that anyway. We understand what's happening to a degree, but not emotionally. We don't understand it to a need. I see you talking, I see you having fun, but I don't want to do it. And that's where it gets weird. So in many occasions, if there's a disagreement and they're talking about it, it becomes projection. And this can get kind of, trying to think of a better word, but it feels sinister. Because if they're angry about what happened and how they're talking about it and how they're dealing with it, and you're quiet about it, you're being the same because you trying to get back to your sameness to keep going on. It's weird because they will project, oh, I know you're mad. I know she feels this way. I bet they feel. I remember people would tell me, even recent years, I know you mad. I know you don't like what happened. And I'm thinking, why are you concerned with how I'm handling my difficulty? Why are you in the business of it? Why do you care? What it is, unfortunately, many of the unlimited people need to see their feelings about a situation we both partook in. They need to see our emotions mimic what they think we should feel or how they feel. So it becomes bullyish, it becomes torturous, it becomes unrelenting the way they don't let something go. And it gets worse because if we get into more things, we kind of go more inside, or we'll go find people that's not like them and they see that it's running away. For us, it's self-care. It's like, I don't do the drama. I'm not into whatever that is y'all in. But they're so determined because of how they feel about it, and they're not getting any response from you that they think they should get. They're going to keep kind of poking at you or being underhanded with saying things or doing things that people don't. Well, people might believe they do it, but we don't focus on the situation trying to disprove what they've done. Okay? We're alone. We're not trying to go against what they said. We're not fighting against what they did. So a lot of times their story takes flight. It gets wind underneath the wings and it flies around. Whereas we just wanted to go away. It happened. We're done. Let's move on. So unlimited people, what overstimulates us is like the way to be seen, heard, understood, felt, especially if these people care about the way they look to the public. They really do not want to be seen a certain way. They don't want you. If the public understood that you really had, you just wanted to stop, and they're the ones going on, they're the ones making it more, that's not acceptable. And it works in their favor in many times because we're not there to refute what they're saying. But that's not our thing. When we're in these stressful, anxiety approaching conversations that's just sudden, that's, even if it's a good one, we need time to respond. We need time to process what's going on. And many times they'll take that as, oh, you scared, you don't know what to do. I mean, the projections are nonstop. It's too much. So, and they're unlimited. They can do that, and they can get people around, and they can talk to people who are close to you. And because you don't talk about it and you want to let it go, their story will catch on. And it's sad because even people closest to us, it could be family, it could be, if they're seeing something and they feel like we should act a certain way or feel a certain way, because we're never going to give them the emotions they want. That's the thing. If you're a limited edition, you are just that. You are not unlimited. You're just that. See, we can't be duplicated. We are who we are. And they can pretend and say whatever, but we'll never be unlimited. We will never be open and free to name calling or rumors or lies or projections. That's not our thing. So it's a lot to it, and it'll get more clear. But I just wanted to give a little insight into how I will be labeling the two groups that we're talking from. All right, so I'm going to stick with limited editions, which is us, because we're limited in our social abilities, and the unlimited edition, the people who actually want more, they do more, they have they can just do anything and have as many people involved and have a bunch of social media and have a bunch of interactions, and they can do this on and on and on. They'll run themselves in the ground. These people will run themselves in the ground with the unlimited amount of interaction they can do. We never do that. If we can avoid that, we will. So, moving forward, it's going to be Catinasway, Seaway Community, I shortened it, but Seaway Community's limited edition. It's going to be a shirt soon, watch. But we are the limited edition. So I'm a limited edition. All my limited edition people, we're going to talk about what these limitations has played on our life in different stages of our life. And I just wanted to put it out there how I will be focusing on us in the social aspect and not make it about autism, even though that's the foundation and basis of how we got to this point. We're talking about a whole other end of the spectrum that's not even acknowledged as Asperger's anymore. We are not on the regular spectrum, the people I'm talking of. You have jobs, regular jobs. You could be a therapist like me. You could be a doctor. You could be a teacher. You can be a psychologist. You could be a counselor. You could be anything you want to be, you know, and it's most likely in the helping field. It's something where you are doing kindness to people or you're helpful, you know? So I'm talking to that group of people. That's what this is about. The limited editions, these special people out there who's doing great things, who's hidden in plain sight. And that's another thing we'll talk about later. We are out here, we are right in front of you and you don't even know it. Because we're not going to toot our own horn. We're not going to blast it out. This is who I am and this is what I can do. Which is therefore the genuineness of it, where many of the unlimited people, I'm not saying they're not genuine, but that badge, that name, that title is everything. Everything. I can't tell you how many times I've had my equals or people that have been in the game the longest I've been, and I'm quiet about it. And they require a certain amount of respect how you talk to them, and I had to shut them down, okay? I am from the Bronx, all right? I learned a little something, you know? You talk crazy and you start trying to talk to me like I'm less than you because we get treated like children a lot. We get underestimated. We get looked at as naive. We get the most saddest assumptions about us because they don't want to know and see us better than that. So, I'm going to leave it there. But for now on, limited edition. Okay? Limited edition versus the unlimited edition, and how we can get along, how we can understand each other, what we can learn from each other. There's a big positive part to this that I think is untouched as well, and I would love to express that with you. And I'm pretty sure many of you will be interested in how and why they do the things they do. And I tell you, it's taken a long time to get here, but I got it. I understand it. And I'm cool with it, and I want you to know about it too. So thank you for listening, and I'll be back soon with another one. Bye.